Hello and welcome to the Stronghold Digital Mining Daily Update. Today is Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. I'd like to extend a very happy birthday to a fellow co-owner, a fellow shareholder of this business who has suffered along with all of us, right, through this crypto winter and has, really endured, I think, some very volatile, as we all have, right, some very volatile movements in our stock price. To this specific individual, co-owner of the business, I say, hang in there. Better days are, I believe, ahead. Now, with all of that said, what we are awaiting, all of us as co-owners, is our September 2023 Bitcoin production numbers. I'm going to really focus in on that. So if we go to X, the social, media site X, not to be confused with any other X sites out there, I believe it was on September 11th of 2023, so September 11th of last month, that Stronghold Digital Mining published a very nice graphic, right, sort of like a graphical representation of our Bitcoin production numbers for August 2023. So that was published on September 11th. And then, of course, on September 12th at 4:30 in the afternoon is when both Matt, the Chief Financial Officer of Stronghold Digital Mining, and Greg, our Chief Executive Officer, we're going to be in New York City participating in the 25th Annual H.C. Wainwright Investment Conference. So I'm anticipating, to the extent we want to use last month as a guide to what could potentially happen this month, maybe it's plausible we'll hear something tomorrow. I'm laughing a little bit because I'm getting a lot of flack from a couple of people I know in person. They're good people, but they kind of, they give me a hard time. They're like, hey, bro, like, what's going on? Like, stop making excuses. Something's up here. Hey, look, I'm not trying to make excuses for anything or anyone, all right? I'm, as you are, right? I'm sort of here on the sidelines observing what's going on, or the lack of what's going on, but I'm not doing so from a judgmental perspective or anything like that. I'm just trying to discern what could actually be happening. And as I alluded to yesterday, I'm hard pressed to believe, hey, look, we're going to all find out one way or the other, but I'm hard pressed to believe that we go from a period of time where, as a company, right, Stronghold Digital Mining is making these monthly updates regarding our Bitcoin production, totals, that we're going to go from a period of time where we're doing that to, even, hey, publishing this really nice graphical representation of our production numbers, to then the next month publishing nothing at all, and that we sort of go silent for an indefinite period of time. That would surprise me. So as a result of that, I'm then forced to consider some other possibilities. And I kind of went over what some of those possibilities might be in yesterday's broadcast. Suffice it to say, I am genuinely not concerned, really. I mean, there was a period of time where Stronghold just wasn't sharing any information about monthly Bitcoin production numbers. And you know what? We did just fine, right? The world did not end simply because we ceased publishing that data. So to the extent we want to go back to a modality where, hey, it's going to be radio silence until our quarterly investor presentations, that's fine. I'm happy to fill that vacuum with my speculation and my analysis as to what could be going on. But I do realistically expect that we are going to hear on a more official, right, from an official channel of communication, right, as to what our September numbers happen to be. And I'm curious what you think, right? But like, I'm my speculative sort of like odds are that something else is going on. Maybe nothing is going on. Like, quite literally, maybe nothing's going on. Maybe it's just a matter of like, hey, nobody's gotten around to, hey, let's tabulate the Bitcoin production number. Let's kind of formulate a press release. Let's kind of send the press release out there. Hey, let's hop onto the X account. Let's kind of push that out there. Hey, it could just be that, right? Hey, we're a small team. It's a small team with the company. Maybe there's just nobody that's there to do that at the moment, or they're busy with something else. Look, I don't know. But what I do know is that we are heading in the right direction. Okay, and that's not me guessing or speculating. It's just looking at our results. Okay, looking at reality. We are heading in the right direction. And I do expect and I do anticipate that we're going to do something with that 25 megawatts of end-to-end data center capacity. Yes, it's plausible, as our friend Matt, not the chief financial officer of the business, but rather Matt, a friend of this channel, has mentioned, yeah, hey, it's true. Maybe, who knows, maybe the company decides to just sell it. Say, you know what, look, we're not going to get involved with growing our hash rate at this time. Let's just kind of sell this equipment, pocket the money, and focus on what we've got. That's certainly a possibility. I don't sense that is likely to happen for a variety of reasons, right? First and foremost, hey, we've already got the equipment, okay? That's like the hard part. This is not buying a box of, cereal from a grocery store shelf. Some of this equipment has multi-year lead times at this point, all right? So, you've got that, and you say to yourself, hey, we already have some really, really healthy, good, productive, constructive, win-win relationships with, for example, the Canaans of the world, right? Some of the, preeminent Bitcoin manufacturers on planet Earth, right? We've got a relationship with one of them. It would seem as if, though, once we find a spot to place this data center equipment, it wouldn't necessarily be that dramatically challenging to pick up the phone, call Foundry. That's another entity with which we have a relationship. Canaan, of course. There are many others who could very well be interested in a win-win hosting plus arrangement with Stronghold Digital Mining. So we have the potential to fill this additional data center capacity with Bitcoin mining machines that cost us practically nothing out of pocket. I mean, the opportunity for that at least exists. Is that the path we're going to take? Maybe. Maybe it's going to be more of a hybrid approach, right? Where, hey, we're going to buy some Bitcoin mining machines of our own. We're going to have those machines in the data center. And you know what? On top of that, we're going to invite some Win-Win Hosting Plus partners to come in and host their mining equipment there as well. Their Bitcoin mining equipment, that is. Is it likely that we're going to say, hey, you know what? We're going to set this, set up the data center, and then we're going to basically fund entirely ourselves all of the Bitcoin mining machines that are going to go in there? Maybe, right? If the price is right, if there's a particularly distressed set of second-hand Bitcoin mining machines out there that match kind of like what we'd be looking for, maybe. But I'm more inclined to think that this will probably be filled with a Win-Win Hosting Plus partner or a hybrid where, hey, you know what, we'll buy some of the machines, but then the rest of the space will be occupied by, a Win-Win Hosting Plus partner. That gives Stronghold Digital Mining additional upside, which is good. And I think that's a good part of the story. Now, at the same time, right, we want to temper that with not getting into this, as I said yesterday, this race, to declare, hey, we've got the biggest exahash like on the block, Sometimes you see these charts, right, these bar charts, and you see this one, it's like, super elongated, and that's like one particular company's exahash. And it can become this sort of race to see, hey, who's got the biggest exahash on the block. And again, we got to be focused on the math. We got to be focused on return on investment, which we are. We are focused on the math. I mean, look, we're focused on the metrics that matter. Size by itself isn't really the be all end all. You have to have a strategy, a game plan, and we've got that. So at this juncture, I'm really not, and I really mean this. And again, I'm speaking specifically to a couple of you out there. You know who you are. I really am not concerned. I mean, I know that it seems like I get on here and I'm sort of tap dancing. Hey, when are we releasing this information? Are we going to publish Bitcoin data production numbers for September? Maybe yes, maybe no. Right? Look, if we don't, we don't. If we do, we do. I mean, that's really all there is to it. But Regardless, I'm going to continue to try to add value wherever I can to provide some insight, some analysis, some context, some color of my own, which has really no bearing on what any sort of like official statement from the company. This is just me as you, right? Hey, we're co-owners of the business. We're shareholders of the business. We're people who are interested in this business. Speaking for myself, I'm passionately in favor of and support the mission and purpose of this business. So yeah, I mean, we're going to keep talking about this. The company's going to do what it's going to do, and we're going to move forward each and every day. So let's see what happens. We've got several more days this week. Again, I have no crystal ball as to what's going on. I have no specific insight to suggest that something good or bad is going on. I do have an itchy nose, which is kind of awkward when you're creating a broadcast like this. With all of that said, hey, let's stay positive, let's be great, and we're going to see each other again tomorrow.